Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Signature Podcast on the Soul Signature Creations channel. I'm Michael, and today I'm going to read a little bit out of my new book, newly released, freshly released, available on Amazon book Ode to Love, a book for all times and all emotions. And it's basically a mixture between philosophical insights, coupled with spiritual ideas and feelings, and it's deeply connected to the idea of universal love and self-reflection. So it's basically not only aiming to give you insights in your own spiritual essence and in philosophical ideas and concepts and my own experiences in some sense with the subject matter, but also it aims to be an inspirational tool for basically the years to come for you. So whenever you feel down, or whenever you feel like you don't know what your feelings want to tell you, or how to, go through a certain period in your life, or how to use certain seemingly negative phases in your life as actually constructive, positive, life affirming lessons and things that you can integrate to then grow. On the one hand, that you grow as a person, that you grow as a person on externalized, in context with the world, or in connection to the world, in regards to you and in relation to everyone else surrounding you, but also in regards to loving yourself more, appreciating your own life more, appreciating the little things in life more, appreciating the minuscule, the microscopic elements of your life, as well as the grand, beautiful, life-changing events or surroundings or people, or anything basically. So this book aims to it's very condensed. Actually, it's 130 pages long, and it could probably be 500 pages or more. But I wanted to make it as concise as possible so that you can just open it up at any time, and if you want to ponder about a certain thought, then you can just open any random page, read a few paragraphs, think about it, put your own mind into perspective with the written thoughts and ideas, or if you just really have a specific topic or phrase or something in mind, and then you search for that in a specific chapter, and you have a longer reading session just to get a little bit more inspired or motivated again. It's really that's all about. That's what it's all about. I feel, to me, is that you have some source that you can, at least some part of you can rely upon in times of pain, in times of suffering, in times of confusion, or in times of feeling like you see the world as a bleak, dark place, or as unfair, or things happening without a reason, and things are just not balanced at all, and the universe is not playing a fair game or anything like that. This is here to remind you that the universe doesn't have a judgmental position. It is not biased. It is not based in a dual reality. It is not based in a fundamentally materially oriented, ego-driven sense of perception, but it's actually an all-encompassing, loving blanket that wants the best for you, even if that best doesn't seem like the best, and even if a lot of pain and a lot of confusion arises in basically almost all of human lives. If you put it into the cosmic perspective, there is something to be gained from. And if that something is only that it's a relativistic perspective, that no matter what happens, it is transient. No matter what happens, it is set into a relative perspective, that nothing is forever, as meaning as the life on earth, but you are forever. You are infinite. You're not bound to these eternal structures. Your body is, yes, your physique is, your physical form, and your ego also in some sense, but you as a soul, as your true essence, are truly infinite. I deeply, deeply believe that. And if you don't subscribe to that philosophy, or if you don't subscribe to that worldview, that's absolutely okay. That's absolutely fine. Maybe you can still find some valuable insights in this book. It's not. I hope it's not written, at least in a way that it's just exclusively like philosophical or spiritual or something like that. No, I actually criticize a little bit like this spiritual terminology and this strong propensity in some part of the spiritual community. Of course, not all, but there's a lot out there, I would say, where this some worldviews and some certain terminology can actually harness more of toxicity instead of a creatively constructive, innate, loving power. Because bypassing emotions is also not the solution, and bypassing valuable human experiences is not a solution, and suppressing yourself or anything like that. This is not in any case related to this writing and to the advice given in this text. So it's more about balancing and finding your own perspective within those given points, within those given nets of ideas, webs of ideas that can be interconnected, that can be sometimes be more regarded from an analytical side, with the linear mind, and sometimes more with a more holistic, more wholesome, unifying set of eyes. So enough rambling. I already rambled for like 7 minutes now, but I just wanted to read a little bit from this book to you. Not really any planned chapter or anything, just randomly some, let's see. Yeah, maybe that. Romanticism as a way to promote healing. This is taken from the chapter 3, Romantic Love. Romanticism as a way to promote healing. Let's use the term romanticism to concisely capture the meaning of a way of being in the world. Usually the word is used to denote a certain historical time period, an art movement, or an aesthetic style. The tendency to appreciate art and stylistic idiosyncrasies from that period can, but doesn't have to, indicate a general love for holistic romanticism. Romanticism in the holistic sense means to see the world through glasses of emotively complex, profound sensations that one cannot explain, but one is able to use as means to propel one's creative potential outward. Like a stream of consciousness pouring out into the world as creative energy, the romantic aspects of the emotive flow bind themselves to the intrinsic beauty of the natural world. This means that if you take a walk through the forest and you are deeply, deeply touched by the graciousness of a flower sprouting from the earth, or you are ineffably moved by the sun shining through the green leaves of an old tree, you are experiencing a wholeness, an interconnectedness, a oneness with everything that is. Gratitude and a love for nature and the world at large are often accompanying feelings of that state. Holistic romanticism wants you to look at your creative powers, your inner child and your inner turmoil. A gaze inside can be followed by you feeling inspired to create, or it can be followed by a period of longer introspection, feelings of heaviness, lostness and the like. But no matter what reaction this gaze inside brings forth, it can be a catalyst for change. As an emotional human being, you can experience the outpour of creative energy as a love for life, or the complete opposite, a contempt for the world. Every shade in between is possible as well. Whatever it is, in the end, what counts is to use this creative energy, this force, this emotive propellant, a fuel based on strong emotions, for something constructive. If you love something, you can show your love to the world and inspire others. If you hate something, you can use this negating energy to create something better. There are limitations to the capacity one can use these emotive propellants, of course. But let's say, for practical reasons, you despise a certain online service and you feel like the system, the algorithm behind the service, etc., is crafted in an inefficient, flat-out stupid way. Then you can say, for instance, I will try my best to get the knowledge around this subject and I will try to come up with a better plan. an alternative. Or, if you feel that you cannot gather the time or energy to do that, I will try my best to connect with the people who are in charge of this system, and I will encourage them to find an alternative way so this, in brackets, service, can be fixed. Or, if this is all out of your control or field of passion, you can simply let the thoughts and emotions run through your system and observe them as much as possible. A lot can be reached with passion and dedication. A lot can be achieved with unyielding dreams. A lot can be changed with the ignition of the inner fire. Excuse me. Chapter 4. So this was just a short snippet at the end of chapter 3. Chapter 4 would be Platonic love. And I'm starting here with a poem. Love makes blind, they say, they shame, untruth has been spoken. Love is naive, the cynics proudly proclaim, but with love, cynicism will be broken. From love, the smart one has to refrain, the ego's voice, to gain a big token. For what love, how deep it truly is, one has to see it around oneself, through all the mist, through all the haze. Never deny the loving trace, for no matter how small, it is a gift, it is God's grace. One of the most beautiful aspects of being human is that we have the capability and capacity to love anything, literally and metaphysically. When love is seen for what it actually is, the inner voice of truth, the innocence of your soul, the higher self speaking to you through the channels of your heart, then the questions, but what is love? How can I see love? Or can love be too extreme, too much? And especially, isn't love only for couples and hopeless romantics? Dissolve. They lose their meaning because these questions don't have meaning in the first place. If one understands love as a means to get something, it is not real love. If one understands love as something that is transient and only occurs in rare moments within a human lifetime, it is not the actual love that is being addressed. If one believes love must carry weight, be attached to something, and one expects something from another being, thing, or situation, for instance, then it is not love. If one believes love to be only romantic or only sexual, it is not the full spectrum of love that is being recognized. The simple act of introspection and asking oneself what one can do to show more love and to appreciate life and its elements more can lead to small and great epiphanies. Platonic love, most commonly, relates to friendship, appreciation of acquaintances, caring for one's parents, sisters, brothers, children, in short, family and the people who surround you. It can also be associated with the love for a pet, or even a certain TV show, an art medium, a book, a plant, etc., if it is not related to attachment, but appreciation and wholesomeness. Wholeness. This leads to the next question. Love or attachment? Let's look at a direct example concerning the confusion between love and attachment. If you were to love food, you might want to ask yourself if it is really love or if it is just the resulting strong sensations of addiction that make your brain believe through electrochemical processes that you are in love with the meals you consume. Maybe it has nothing to do with love in the first place. Maybe it is just an addictive pattern to eat certain foods, drink certain beverages, or to feel attracted to certain scents, aromas, and tastes. A good indicator, if you happen to struggle with food addiction, or have a hunch this might be the case, is to see if you genuinely enjoy the taste of the food, meaning if you can savor it, let the flavor unfold in your tongue, and slow down the eating process, or if you have to consume it quickly, just to fill your stomach, without actually giving the flavor and aroma much attention or appreciation. If you happen to fall in the middle and have the feeling that you do enjoy the taste very much, but it just became habitual to gulp down the meal without much awareness, then a simple act of looking at the food with an open gaze, actively smelling it, deliberately chewing it longer and with slower jaw movements, with your eyes closed to enhance the experience, can already be quite beneficial. Love for the cat, love for the stranger, love for the rose. If the choice is made to platonically love someone, then there can be a different outlook on things in life. One might see behind the facade and recognize the intrinsic value of a person, a pet, or a thing. The essence shines through more than the outlines of the form, so to speak. If platonic love is directed toward your cat, for instance, then the field of love can grow in its radius when you gaze into her eyes. The same is true for a person. If you look deeply into the eyes of your partner, your sense of appreciation, gratitude, and overall connectedness can increase. If you happen to do that to a stranger on the street, that might turn out to be very awkward. If you want to send someone who you don't know personally a positive, loving energy, try to think of them in appreciative terms. Speak affirmations or even a prayer if you have the feeling they might be in need. Platonically loving someone or something has the potential to not only increase the field that is directed towards something or someone specific, but it can also expand the radius of love in general. One might see just another rose sprouting from the earth bed next to the busy street. Just another. Or one might feel a sense of gratitude and appreciation towards the little bundle of beauty that has been crafted by Gaia. All-encompassing, omnipotent, infinite. Love is all-encompassing, omnipresent, omnitemporal, omnipotent, omniscient, and infinite, just like you. Love cannot be diminished, cannot be destroyed, cannot fade into dust to never return back. Just like your soul, love cannot fluctuate, cannot be degraded, cannot wither away like the structures of matter. It cannot die. You cannot die. You are infinite, and so is love. And I think with this, I want to stop now, reading this little excerpt from the book. Again, if you enjoyed this, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you can feel some sense of inspiration, some positive energy with these words. And if you're interested and want to dive into this whole subject more, and if you want to read the whole book, Ode to Love, a book for all times and all emotions, is available on Amazon for only $11.11 in dollars. If it's in euros, it's like also around 11 euros, I think. And I will post a link down in the description and in the comment section. And I would really, really appreciate it if you stick around, if you subscribe to this channel or leave a comment or leave a like. And yeah, thank you for listening and see you next time.